Ooh la la, we are getting romantic. In today's video, we are talking about the most romantic things you can do on Virgin Voyages beyond the splash of romance, because there are a lot more options, starting with pre-booking your romance. What does that mean? Whether you want a bouquet of flowers to be in your room so that upon your embarkation you have something special in your stateroom, or what about pre-booking your moet? Or if you don't drink, what about non-alcoholic bubbles, or just chocolates, or both, or a bucket of beer? However you define romance, these suggestions and more coming up. And if you're new here, ahoy, I'm Christine Lozada. I love Virgin Voyages, and I want you to be a smart traveler and book your sailing with us. I'm here with the most helpful content on Virgin Voyages, and my travel agent, who's a top 10, will make sure you get the best deal out there, even if you've already booked your sailing. There's a reason why lots of travel agents choose to book with us. One of the things I've noticed after 20 sailings on Virgin Voyages, ahoy from Resilient, by the way, as I'm listening to you guys create romantic experiences for your partner, there are so many amazing things you can do and spaces around the ship where you can enjoy yourself. But if you're on a full sailing or there's just a lot of people around, it's really tough to make it feel special for you and your partner. And so one of the things I always recommend to people to make sure it feels romantic is to choose a Rockstar experience. Here's why. When you choose Rockstar, you have a couple things that give you an advantage for creating romantic experiences. One of them is you have the option to enjoy a nicer stateroom. So whether you choose a smaller, seriously suite, or the big, massive, mega Rockstar suite, you have these options of more spaces in the room that feel enjoyable in a romantic environment. So if you order ship eats and you have a picnic instead of like me sitting on the floor of a sea terrace, it feels a little bit more romantic when you have a larger room and you can enjoy it with your partner. Or you can do grab and go and create a wine and cheese picnic by going up to the galley or down to the dockhouse and getting some grab and go bites as well as some wine for your room. And of course, you can enjoy all of this while in your Rockstar robes and cuddling and watching a movie or sitting on the balcony and enjoying the views. The Rockstar experience also gives you access to Richard's rooftop. I'll admit, honestly, on Scarlet Lady, it feels a little bit busier now that with the dry dock changes, there's significantly more Rockstar rooms, but in general, it will still feel significantly less crowded than the normal pool area. And this just gives you an opportunity to enjoy a quiet space around the ship, and especially with the hot tubs. If you're not doing the massive suite, which gets you your own hot tub, it's easy to get a hot tub to just yourselves when you're on Richard's rooftop. And if you're like, Christine, Rockstar is not my vibe, there are still ways you can upgrade your experience to make it feel romantic. And one of the things a lot of people like to do are food upgrades. One of my favorite options is at the wake with the seafood tower, whether you want to get just the oysters or like I do, either the half or the full plateau. It's a beautiful way to enjoy some seafood together, really romantic. Another one is truffles at Extra Virgin. You can add some truffles and I don't know, maybe you can have a Lady and the Tramp experience, or a Lady and the Lady, or a Tramp and a Tramp experience.
Respect.
Or there are various dishes for two, whether at the new Lucky Lotus, there's a dish for two with the hot pot or the tomahawk at the wake. Or like I mentioned before, order ship eats and have a picnic. My personal favorite is to shake for champagne, and while they're not shakes, you could do floats at the social club with 2 straws, maybe. Oh, or you can do a scorpion bowl at Loose Cannon. That's another option. Everybody defines romance differently. This next suggestion is around events, and these will help you to feel playful and fun with your partner. So things like high tea. High tea happens on sea day only. There is a small upcharge, currently $19 for normal high tea, or a little bit more, $35 with moet, but a fantastic option to enjoy, sip, and yourselves and enjoy a high tea experience together. And depending on who the happenings cast is and how long your sailing is, there are events like being able to paint each other. You can do a painting event, or sometimes there are trivia events where there's a couples trivia event and you can figure out how much you know about each other. Another event is Stargazers. This is one I attended for my first time, and you're at the back of the ship at the dock looking at the stars, and you're listening to a story from the happenings cast, and it's a really quiet and joyful experience in which you can cuddle and look at the stars together. Or one event that's my personal favorite is throwing balls at each other's faces, although so far Meatball and I normally play on the same side when we do dodgeball. I was the team coach for Ballzania for over 7 years, undefeated. This is actually a true statement. This next section is around spaces on the ship that can feel romantic and you can enjoy with your partner. But if you're getting some value out of this video, cheers that like button, consider subscribing, and be a smart traveler. Price compare your sailing with us. We respond within hours, and we are making sure you get the best deal out there. And I'm here with an entire crash course on Virgin Voyages, so make sure you don't miss the podcast, the insider guide, the blog post, the Virgin Voyages tips, Instagram and TikTok and Facebook group, and there's a lot of things that most people miss. All right, let's talk about some romantic spaces around the ship. I did talk about Richard's Rooftop, and again, that's only accessible if you're Rockstar. Another one is the Perch. The Perch can be hit or miss, and if you're like, what's the Perch? It's all the way up on deck 17 and all the way to the back of the ship. And especially on sea days, it can be really beautiful, but also really busy. But if you are out on a port day or early morning, it's often a space that tends to be quieter and is a nice area where you can hang out with your partner. Another great option for an outdoor space is getting cabanas. There are cabanas on the ship, whether on the side of the ship or newly added, if you're on Scarlet Lady, the cabanas around the pool. These are another option for you to enjoy a quieter space reserved for just you and your partner. Or if you don't want to spend any money on a quiet space that's outside, I love the beds at the back of the dock. The ones at the pool tend to be a little bit more busier and bustling, but you can find quieter moments at the dock, especially when it's not food service or it's not OPA hour, for example, or there's no DJ back there. It's a quieter space that you can often enjoy just the two of you. Another great option if you want to sing your heart out is in the Groupie, and the karaoke space is free and included, and there's multiple rooms, one of the rooms being a space for just two people, one or two sailors. And so you can go sing your heart out with your partner instead of participating in the larger karaoke activities. Although one of the most romantic things I saw on board was someone publicly singing a love song to, oh, we were all crying. It was so good. Don't forget that most of the rooms on Virgin Voyages are sea terrace or balcony rooms. 86% of the rooms have a balcony. It's a really beautiful space to enjoy being outside with your partner, or just head up to the decks. They tend to be really quiet, a nice time for you to look at the stars and enjoy a quiet moment with your partner. And I'm sure you've been wondering from the beginning, what about the thermal suite spa? How's that? Let's talk about this next section, which is massage and spa. I want to talk about something really positive, and I also want to talk about something negative. So let's talk about the bad news first. The bad news is the thermal suite spa, it's become more expensive over time. Just about anything in travel, not just Virgin Voyages, has become significantly more, actually not even just travel, in life has become more expensive. Do you feel me on that? But not only has the thermal suite spa gone up in price, but it's also kind of busy sometimes. And so choosing the right time, and my tips for you are, before you sign up for your slot, really talk to the spa attendant to see how many other people are going to be in there. Because last time I went on a port day, and it was a popular port. And so everyone was off the ship. And so I had the entire thermal suite spa with myself, Meatball, and one other couple. We were not with that other couple. They were enjoying a different part, and we felt like we had our entire part to ourselves, which was a really nice experience. My mom went on a sea day, probably one of the most challenging days to go, unless you're going at a very early or very late time. And she went with her book, and she didn't read it because she was just chatting all day with all the amazing, I love you guys, all the amazing sailors that we've met on board. Thank you for watching my channel and making my mom's sailing so special. I am coming back on board with her, which my mom and I did splash of romance, but it's not what you think. We'll talk about it. So going to the Thermal Suite Spa can and cannot be a great experience. Just make sure you're having the conversations and thinking through how busy is it going to be before you choose that experience. But here's the good news. One of the things I've noticed, especially on these last 2 sailings, is talking to one half of the couple where I'm like, oh, where's so-and-so? And they're like, oh, they're at the spa, they're getting a massage. And then they start telling me about which treatment and how excited they were. And it almost felt like that partner, even though they weren't doing a couples massage, for example, their partner might be getting their nails done, or their partner might be getting a facial, or their partner might be getting, a wrap or something like that. They were just so excited and received as much joy as probably the partner that was actually getting the service. And so for me, even when Meatball goes to go get his face shaved, which he loves, I'm just so happy because he's so happy when he comes out of that. And so it's not necessarily things you have to do together, but things you can do for each other. And that's one thing I've really noticed is there's a lot of people I've met who don't like the spa experience, but their partner does. And they find so much joy in helping their partner to receive that experience while they go off and do their own thing. Which my version of doing my own romantic thing, which you could do with your partner, would be the Bottomless Moet, available at brunch at Razzle Dazzle and also the Wake. This is a great option, currently priced at $75, to have Bottomless Moet. Go get that person a massage or a facial or whatever early and go drink your heart away. That's what I would do. But there's lots of options in general around a spa experience, and newer in 2025 is the availability of being able to book your spa experiences in advance. And if it so happens that you have a partner that wants to get a blowout, I recommend booking something like that for Scarlet Night and early in the evening. All right, this next section is a smattering of things about sex toys and sunsets. So let's talk about sunsets first. I actually recommend being intentional about sunrises and sunsets. Why? Because you're on a ship and you get beautiful, beautiful views. And so checking the sunrise time and the sunset time and being intentional about where you are on the ship. And again, choosing the right place for you. Is it at the dock in one of the beds to be able to watch the sail away and the sunset? Or is it from your balcony and enjoying a quiet sunrise? Is it from one of my favorite spaces, the back of the galley outside on 15, watching a beautiful sunrise, for example? There's so many options on the ship, but making sure you're aware of sunrise, sunset, and maybe creating a quiet time for the two of you around these key times. Oh, I just remembered something, which is don't forget about the option to do this little get it on with them. That was weird and kind of long. This lighting's weird. All right, I'm done being romantic with myself. This next one is about a shopping spree. And I recommend to everyone you read about love languages. If you don't know the love languages book, I will link it in the description below, as well as Book Your Sailing with Us. I want you to be a smart traveler. But understanding how your partner likes to receive love is important. And some people like gifts. I'm not really one that likes gifts, but you can give your partner a shopping spree. Make sure you get some sailor loot with my travel agent and go let them blow it on High Street, whether with a new pair of sunglasses, or maybe you can go into the necessity shop and on Scarlet Lady and Resilient Lady. I need to go check the current stock on Valiant Lady, but you can go buy some adult toys. Is that considered romantic? I don't know. I'm really I'm really trying for you guys. I'm not gonna lie, this video was incredibly hard to make, so please, if you have a helpful tip or something romantic you've done for your partner that's on the PG-13 slash PG-NR-17, something like that. Basically not X-rated side of things, add it in the comments below. I mean, we're all a community. My definition of romance is when I'm super hungover because Meatball has romantically bought me 2 bottles of Moet and I drink them all by myself because he orders 2 with just 1 glass, and then he romantically goes and gets me coffee in the morning because I look like crap and he'll go get the coffee for me and it's gonna make me feel better. But splash romance is your last option, and if you're not aware of what that is, watch the next video. But the Cliff's Notes version of it is allows early boarding, gets you a bottle of Moet, gets you some little fun sultry bites in your room, and there's a little party with some drinks that you'll find out about once you're on board. They'll send an invite to you. But those are some of the perks of Splash Romance. Most people, like me and my mom, we ain't trying to be romantic. We just want early boarding. Those are the most romantic things to do on board Virgin Voyages. I'm Christine Lozada. Book your sailing with us, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao. All right. I feel like I should ask Meatball for his 2 cents on this matter. Meatball, really give us your opinion about the most romantic thing to do on Virgin Voyage?
Right. Well, first you're going to go outside this balcony. No. What I would really recommend is actually going up to the top deck and making sure you grab a couple glasses of Moet and look at the stars. I think that, my friend, you're in like Flynn.